Moments ago, went through their usual pregame ritual, although there's nothing usual about a Game 7.
What time is it? Game time!
And welcome to Game 7, everybody.
I'll go ahead and take that stimmy real quick.
It's a smart move too.
It is.
Although there's nothing usual about a Game 7.
I do it.
As long as it don't look crazy.
As
long as I don't go to the same doctor that Cardi B went to. They need to be fired.
She said she went to a bad doctor though, but she was broke.
Okay, so how do they fix that though?
It's a long ass process.
Like, because I keep saying to myself, she got to be able to get that fixed, but
you can. She'd be down for a while though.
Yeah, I'm thinking that might be a little bit more extensive than what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's not even about the money. It's about how long you're gonna be down. You'll be down for like.
It's got to be some health scares to redo that thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm scared to do it to begin with. We got right into it. What's up, everybody at home listening, and everybody, Miami. My oh my.
COVID. Miami is the COVID epicenter now.
Up,
you in Miami and you come back to Sacramento, please stay away from me for 3 weeks. Forget 2, because y'all probably got the new strain of COVID. 3 weeks.
Ain't worried about
but
that.
You already knew how Miami at, because they don't test down there anyway. And
Florida.
That was open.
Florida.
Everybody flew down there.
Florida.
Nah, you know what was gonna happen. What up, y'all? What up, Jay? What up, Tim? They gonna stay away from you anyway because they don't want nobody to see the new butt until it's ready. So, COVID or not, they stand away from everybody for a minute.
How long is the healing on the BBL though?
I don't know.
Like, what's the recovery time?
Up to 6 months to a year.
Up to.
You won't get your results. You won't really see what your ass looks like for 6 months to a year.
Oh, so this thing got to grow in, or what's up? I mean, what we do here?
Well, because we
gotta water this thing and let it grow. You know, we gotta plant these seeds and let it grow. I mean, I don't know.
So your body naturally fights anything foreign. So when you get sick, your body kind of fights to kick it out, right?
All right.
So even though it's your fat, the area that it's going to might not take it. So fat will die off, which is why you have situations where on the operating table and maybe the day after, when they take those pictures after they're done doing the transfer, shit looks great. A month, 2 months, 3 months later, you're like, yo, what happened to this left butt cheek or this right butt cheek, or why this hip comes out this way and this one, exactly. You have to let it settle. So the fat has to take. So there's no
with this thing.
You get no guarantee.
There's no guarantee. I mean,
there's no guarantee.
Tobacco.
Nope. Unless you have unless it's the doctor's error, you don't get your money back. Now I have a friend whose doctor made an error and he refunded her the amount of her procedure.
What happened to the cheeks then?
Hers don't look good outside of pants or any type of clothing.
Did the cheeks ever recover, or what happened?
No, it's not even, and it's not a huge difference, but you can tell like when she's out of clothes. So now she has to go and have surgery again.
How much was that? If you don't mind me asking, do you know? I'm very interested in this stuff.
To be honest, so she's from California. She went all the way to New York. The whole thing in total, including like surgery, because you have to stay out there for a certain period of time. You have to get lymphatic massages after the surgery. I think it was around 30 grand that she spent.
Massage, D. There go your massage. What you was talking about. You get the massage.
That's different.
Go ahead and get that.
Watson.
Get that Deshaun Watson right afterwards. Oh, look at Deshaun
Watson special.
How did I get stuck on here with y'all? Y'all are creeps. Y'all straight creeps.
Deshaun Watson right
I need that do you, but after this, are you going to?
Oh man,
you fucked up there. But yeah, listen,
30 grand. Wait, 30 grand. That's a nice equipped vehicle.
But listen, but you know what's crazy though?
You get you a Nissan Altima loaded for 30 grand.
But Marcus,
financing.
You're not even considering the fact that they can't. They're not trying to. They have to sustain a life while they're recovering,
bro. You don't get 0% financing on the cheeks, dog.
You can, depending on where you get your financing from. You can finance an ass.
What?
You can finance an ass. You can finance an ass, a new body, tummy tucks, and titties. You can finance whatever you want.
Wait, say that again. What can you finance? Give us the rundown.
Everything. A BBL, tummy tuck, lipo, titties, a new face.
Morgan is not financing.
You can finance everything. Not doing that.
Come on.
You can finance the bitch of your dreams.
Capital One is not financing. Capital One is not offering low financing. I've never seen an offer.
No, there are lenders who will lend you money, such as Care Credit.
You get a cheap.
Oh man.
To pay for your surgery.
I need to know what the APR is on a 36-month loan.
What you trying to get done? Marcus trying to build a bitch.
I'm not
Marcus,
trying to do that.
He's trying to buy somebody a body. Marcus trying to buy somebody a body.
Listen, I'm so intrigued by all of this because it's just funny to me. I'm like, we're really financing. It's like for me, like with sneakers, right? When people always like these sneaker companies tell me, "Oh, we can do financing." I'm like, why would you finance some sneakers? Like, if you had to finance some sneakers, then you should not be buying them. Like straight up.
That's what I said.
Like seriously, like when I'm buying makeup and they're like, "Oh, you can pay this or you can pay in 4 payments." If I can't afford a couple $100, if I gotta break out payments on a couple, maybe I shouldn't be buying this. Maybe I should reevaluate my priorities.
Let me tell you, the APR on some sneakers, boy, is high. It is high.
I bet, especially if I think you're gonna wear the bitches.
right. I'm not getting them back. You know what I'm saying?
I'll finance some Dior ones though. I'll finance them.
You finance them? Yeah, I'm gonna try to. I'm not gonna be able to get those.
I don't know
if they're available and my only option is the finance, I'm financing.
I get that 60 months, 0%. I think I might go ahead and do that.
You got to.
Like I said, all of that's great, and that's just well and good, regardless of what it is. 14 to 30, and you got to sit down for 6 months. That's why they get them.
Well, you don't have to sit down for 6 months, but you don't really see your results. You're at least down for like a month or so. You can't just jump back into your regular life.
I didn't know you had to like water the cheeks and let them grow after that. I thought you gotta let
the booty marinate. The booty gotta marinate.
I thought you just got the surgery and you was good.
Nah, they be down, bro. They gotta hide. Even
so they take the fat from one part of your body, they move it over to the cheeks, and then we're not even sure if the cheeks gonna accept the fat. So the cheeks could reject the fat.
The cheeks could say,
I gotta wait 6 months. So you already paid, and I already paid you though.
Yeah.
Results may vary. That's what they say at the end of them commercials, right? Results may vary, so you fucked up.
With any plastic surgery, you never know what you're gonna get. You never know how your body's gonna heal.
I'm just saying, you walking around left cheek, right cheek, left cheek, right cheek, and then you clap the left cheek, and left cheek don't clap the way the right one do.
Dr. Miami said he taking STEMIs right now, so that 15K he lowering. He got discounts right now.
He was smart for that. Spring break, Miami pack.
Oh, he's hot right now.
They said how much for? He said, "What you got? I'm gonna make all that in a day. Yeah, give me all that.
Yeah. STEMI real quick. Yeah, this thing like changing. Yeah, it's like an oil job. Yeah, that's how it is. Quick oil job. It's like express lube. Come on in, have y'all in 30 minutes.
I'm not
gotta set an appointment. Just come on in.
I normally take 3 hours to do this for you. An hour and a half tops. I got you. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? You get up out of here. I got another one, about 30 more waiting in the line over there. Baby, I ain't coming home tonight. We got this bag to get. All these niggas is down here with the STEMI money trying to give it away. You know what I'm saying? He make that bag. He was smart as shit for that.
That's wild. It's wild,
Joe. Man off there in Miami. Every nigga that think he a plug out there in Miami right now. It's just COVID is out there in Miami for sure.
COVID is for sure out there.
COVID been out there though. They don't care. Like they was the first spot to open back up. Like, you know what? It's gonna be what it's gonna be.
Did Florida ever really close though?
Yeah, that's a good question.
You know,
like I feel like them in Atlanta, Atlanta and the whole state of Florida have just been like, fuck y'all.
But nobody expected Atlanta to close. I know politically they say it's because Atlanta's dominantly black and stuff like that. But Atlanta historically is like AIDS. Cool, come here. You want to get this? Cool, come here. You gonna get it in Atlanta. COVID was no different. COVID was like we chilling.
You gonna get something. You don't know what the fuck you gonna get in Atlanta.
And that's literally, I don't want to get back into the alphabet community, but yeah, you're gonna get something.
Yeah,
you're gonna get in Atlanta, but you're gonna get it.
You're gonna get some surprises in Atlanta.
You better be careful. Motherfucker asked me that though, for real. They said, why'd you choose Texas? And why, Atlanta's real estate? And I said, nigga, I'm never going to Atlanta. I'm never going to AT.
Nah, I don't think I've ever visited Atlanta. I just been to the airport.
Either nothing about it. I'm sorry, nothing about Atlanta. Nothing about Atlanta.
I've been to the airport, and that's about as much.
I just want to go to the strip clubs in Atlanta. That's all I want to do. I want to go to strip
all
clubs.
I need to do. Listen, I need to go ahead and try these lemon pepper wings because if they was that good,
listen,
that you had to stop and take a picture. I got to see what these wings is about. I just have to. I have
to. I was stationed in Georgia in the military, and I still wouldn't go to Atlanta. Couldn't get me to.
No,
I'm not. Georgia's bad.
All I know is Dwight Howard from Atlanta, and 2 years ago he had to sit out the whole season for a butt injury.
And them. See,
that's all I know.
Listen, you know more than that because you know what I know. You know what I know about Dwight Howard. But,
I know a little bit more.
Look, speculation. And it goes into it, but
I did hear the phone call. I did read the transcript. But
to your point, the strip clubs, I've seen a couple people on my timeline that I actually know go to Atlanta, go to the strip clubs, and they for sure came back COVID positive. Yeah, no.
I mean, take COVID out the equation. I'm still trying to go to the strip clubs out in Atlanta.
What you trying to see? You trying to see left cheek, right cheek?
I'm trying to see some ass. What the hell you think I'm trying to see? I'm trying to see some ass. What are we talking about? I'm going to see some ass. I'm going to see some thick Southern bitches.
All right, then we'll go ahead, do your thing.
The strip clubs out here in Cali are not like that. They're not like that.
Wait, what's the name of the strip club that's on the? What's the name of the strip club out there they all go to?
Which one on? There's a few. What, Centerfolds?
Centerfolds.
Where at?
In Cali.
There's a couple of them out here in Cali.
And Marcus said, "Where at?"
Where? I'm not a strip club dude though. You know what I'm saying? I've dabbled in a few. Don't get it twisted. But the idea of me spending my hard-earned money doesn't always sit well with me. Like for what?
I get it. I have friends that are like that.
No. Listen.
But I don't mind tipping a bitch.
I'm all for tipping a bitch. I'm all for spending my hard-earned money. I'm all for tricking. I'm just not for doing it for a female that any nigga could do that for. That's why I draw the line. I'm for the dances and the rest of that. Shorty we gonna do it anyway. But if I know the next nigga come along with a bigger bag, like it's something about that sit in my head and it's like, I'm not giving you my money. You gonna go to this nigga too? Like, nah, it's just I can't do it. I've never been able to do that. And that's with any female, stripper or no stripper. Like once I know any nigga could get you, it takes away from me being like, yeah.
So you over there trying to? I feel you on that. Like,
it's not even a white thing. It's just it literally is what I'm saying. Like I know people gonna twist it. Like, oh, no. I'm saying once I know any nigga could get you for the price,
No, I know you. I know what you're doing. Like you out there, you peeping the one that's being real selective. Like that's the one you peeping. Like the one that's taking all the money and that's just getting on any dude. You like, nah. I'm gonna give you
exactly what I'm saying. So like, I play video games, Call of Duty, right? And there's certain people that go on Call of Duty and they use these things called aim bots, and they automatically shoot you. And I ask myself, why would I want to shoot? Like, what pride do I get? What satisfaction do I get in doing that if I know I'm gonna hit you? That's where I'm at with it. That's where it's like, I don't care how bad you are or what you look like. Once the price comes into it, it's like, nah. I walk away knowing.
I think that's what you're saying. I'm gonna give you a real life example. I was at a gentleman's club in Las Vegas, and
I saw a strip club, nigga.
A gentleman's establishment.
Try to sound bougie. Gentleman's club.
Okay, in Las
An
Vegas.
after hours venue.
Okay. And I seen this chick dancing with this dude, And I'm like, man, how is she just getting money from this dude? Because he was hella sloppy looking. You know, minutes later, she come over talking to me, and I'm like, I'm good. I was like, yo, I'm good. I'm good.
Well,
So
here's the thing.
she ended up just sticking around and just we end up chatting or whatever. So I asked her straight up. I was like, yo, how the hell are you taking money from that? Like, how do y'all do that? And she was straight up like, you know what? It's straight business. She was like, I know. She was like, I know that he could never pull a chick like me in his life.
And
so
that's
straight business.
I listen. I respect it. What I'm saying.
Me too. She didn't get more money because I already saw what she was on.
Hey, let me tell you. I walk away from it and I say, I could have got her. I had the money in my pocket. There's nothing you can say to me after that. I'm Ray J after that. I hit it first. Like at that point, I know I could get. It's different with the allure to chase. Like again, like if I'm just going straight to like any sports or any event, if I go into knowing I'm gonna win, I don't want to do it. I just
if it's too easy, why?
Yeah, like and that's all I'm saying. Like I respect the hustle and it's cool, it's good to look at or whatever. I love a female that can dance. I love a female that can dance. It's something about it.
If you can go, you're gonna get a couple of these dollars.
Yeah. There's females that can dance. So Weedy can dance pretty good.
No, so Weedy should have kept quiet. She might still have her a little Bentley right now.
That she should have kept quiet. You think
it wasn't even hers to begin with?
Over there trying to embarrass me on TV. Okay.
It wasn't hers to begin with. It wasn't even hers to begin with.
Over there with the tape and all that. Okay,
I see you.
Huh?
It
was a lease. It was a lease.
It don't matter.
It was a lease. It was a lease, and it was in his name.
Okay,
He's not stupid, and she's stupid. You gifted me something. We putting that in my name because you in this industry. Right. Nope. You not finna go back and do what he just did and try and take the shit.
Listen, I'm not gonna do that. You gifted it. You gifted it to her. Listen.
If it's a gift, put it in my name.
It ain't a gift. It's mine.
Put it in my name.
I'll let you use it. Go ahead and stun on.
That's all it was. Here, you can use this. I'm gonna put a bow on this. It's gonna be in my name. You can use it.
She pulled a Debo. It was kind of like it's both of ours. We just keep it at my house.
Yeah, basically, that's what he did.
What happened? But see, she was over there running her mouth. He might have let her use it for a little bit, but you was over there running your mouth. So you know what? Okay.
Yo, first words out Marcus' mouth. She out here embarrassing me. She should have shut the fuck up.
She trying to embarrass me on TV, bro. No.
Well,
she should have been quiet about this. You trying to embarrass me?
She wasn't gonna be quiet. She is a California girl. She's a Bay Area chick. She wasn't gonna be quiet. She gonna say what the fuck she gotta say.
Hey, but she didn't really have much to say until she started dating dude. You know what I'm saying? Like she's got 2 songs out. You know what I mean? And they both suck. So the thing is like
how you really feel?
They're both terrible. Listen. Now she fine. Don't get it twisted. Now she is fine. Like she is cool. Kevin Samuels did rate her as a 6, though. I did see that. He rated her as a 6.
Did he really?
He did. He did.
Shit, I didn't know that.
And he said all that made up.
Kevin Samuels rated her as a 6.
He said all that stuff that she brings to the table only flies in our community. It only means something in our community.
That's true, though. We can get into that.
That's true. That's true.
That's true. And that's part of why we came in here to talk about it. Though. I'm laughing because you kicked it off. Like you kicked the shit out of that. I didn't expect that. You kicked the fuck out of that.
He was like, "They suck. Trash. Garbage.
Shut the fuck up.
You ain't shit. Your music ain't shit. That's why your Bentley got repoed.
Yeah, yo, you ain't go pock on her though. I ain't shit either. That's what Quavo said to her. Yo. All I'm saying is the superficial shit, and we came on here. This is kind of why we wanted to do this shit today because, as petty as it may seem, a lot of the topics that what they say, time tells all tales, right? That's what time tells all tales. A couple of the topics we covered unfolded publicly in a lot of different ways. One of which being her in the Birkin bag situation. What happened to all that energy? What happened to What happened to
he was just on that Justin LeBoy show. I didn't watch the show. I just seen some takes from it. That dude Justin LeBoy who does that little YouTube thing. Yeah. Just on that show running her mouth too. Talking about she need a dude who make hundreds of millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying?
She was talking about threesomes and all types of shit.
With her ex. Justin Combs. Sorry, not sorry, but you having these conversations with your ex, I don't give a fuck if it's business or not. Like, huh? You talking about doing?
Yeah, there's lines. You don't do that. You don't do that.
And I didn't watch it. So if y'all know the truth, go ahead, kill me. I don't care.
didn't watch it either.
I haven't watched it either.
But what I saw was she said she would give him a threesome with another dude. You're for the streets.
This is what she said. She said, what did she say? She was like, I'm gonna give you she's like, since you've been a good dude, I'm gonna give you the honor of picking the dude we're gonna have a threesome with.
Yeah, you for the streets.
Like once you say that, you
to your ex nonetheless. To your ex nonetheless.
We good. Again, you on TV trying to embarrass me right now. We straight.
Yeah, I could. Yeah. No.
And I don't know the ins and outs of it, but when I seen that, first of all, it's not a threesome. Even if it wasn't your ex, it would have been a problem because what the fuck you want two niggas fucking you for? I got to know.
First of all, you just don't even answer that question. You just move on. No, we ain't even talking about it. Like we just move on. Like
no, listen. I gotta.
There's some women out there who that's like a fantasy of theirs.
But my thing is this: if you're in a committed relationship with me, you better move on from that question. Like somebody ask you that question, that's no discussion.
Yeah,
we're not doing that. So
look, it just.
But I feel like they may have broken up before that shit had happened, because she felt the need to like. After that had aired and all that stuff happened, then she felt the need to make it clear.
The breakup was immediate.
I don't know if it was immediately after. I feel like she was like, nah, this shit. No, because, I think I read in a blog. That they had started the signs of, in this age of whether or not you're broken up is whether or not you follow each other on social media.
Yeah.
And they had unfollowed each other weeks ago.
Right. And
someone, I think, on the Shade Room had picked it up. And then she had finally made a statement about it after the whole clip started showing up on Respectfully Justin's Instagram. And then that's when she's like, nah, we're not together.
So listen, what I just heard, and again, I didn't deep dive into this. I'm gonna get into our points in the real situation. But what I just gathered from what I just heard was you and your boy was on ice, Rocky, not together, unfollowed, whatever. We know that's not an end all be all with some relationships today. So there still might have been a chance. But you took the opportunity in your displeasure to go on your ex's show and act the fool? Yeah, nah.
Yeah, nah, we good.
Yeah. Go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we straight.
But I mean,
I don't know nothing about her.
Those who know Sweetie before she became this are not surprised.
Well, what is she exactly anyway? Because as far as Marcus is concerned,
no, that's before she became the person that she is right now. Which is
I don't know the chick. Does she look good? Yes. Is she fine? Yes. Do I know anything else? Does her music suck? Yes. Other than that, I don't know anything about her. Like I know she went to college. I know that, and that's pretty much where it goes. I mean, my issue with all of this and just social media in general is that, as soon as something like this happens, and the rumors of Quavo cheating on her, whatever, it is what it is. I'm not saying you should cheat on her. Cheating is wrong in any relationship, but at the same time, it's like at any point in time, we always, because a woman is fine, it's like, oh, she couldn't do no wrong. Like because she look good, she can't do no wrong. Like she has to be in the clear. Like there's just no way. Like,
I think that's just with women in general. Like anytime a relationship fails, the blame is automatically put on the man.
Of course.
No one ever looks to be like, well, what did she do? It's did he cheat?
What did she do? Like there's always two sides to the story. So what did she do?
And women fuck up.
How is she in a relationship? Like people always listen, even with female friends, I say, listen, she cool, but I don't date her. That's different.
Yeah.
Right.
It's different when you dating someone. That's a whole different level of relationship.
Right.
So it's like, I don't know how Saweetie is. And they're talking about males and females. You got dudes talking about, oh, how could he cheat on you? You beautiful, you this. You don't know who this woman is or how she is. So it's like the thing for me is that how social media in general, like you said, well, just women in general, it's like we always take the side of the woman as if they can do no wrong. But again, I've never seen a woman ever, never heard or seen a woman say, damn, I lost a good one. It was my fault too. Never.
I saw one.
I've never seen a female admit that she fucked up in a relationship.
I saw one post this week.
I fucked up in relationships. I haven't lost a good one, but I fucked up in relationships. All them niggas can go to hell. Disrespectfully. Not
only that, because you had 2 points in there, Marcus. First, I did see one woman say she fucked up. She said, "Oh, I fucked up a good one years ago," or something like that. And I hope I can find another one. And I'm sure that's after many attempts at replacement.
That's one out of how many?
Listen, I can give my opinion on that, but it's not gonna happen. The second part is women are completely different in a relationship, because there's a lot of women that I know from the outside looking in, business or fun or whatever wise, can give their bros or their friends and all this the best advice in the world, and then when they're in a relationship it's completely different. And the third thing that I wanted to say was, not only do the onus go on the man all the time, but nobody bothered to sit back and say, "Shorty, that's the energy you put into the air. All you let us know, and all we've ever heard of you in your relationship with your man was, hey, if he ain't buying you 100,000 Birkin bags, he for the streets." Well, he did that. That's what you put out. Right. You didn't necessarily put out the message to little girls to, find love and he treat you with respect and do all of these things. You let it be known that as long as that shit is coming in and the gifts is there, so on and so forth, that shit's straight. And then suddenly the train comes in. It's like, oh, poor girl, how could you do this? You've been checked out and nobody has to deal with this. And that's not the energy you put out there, which was leading into which connects to the whole Derek Jacks thing for me, because people put so much emphasis on these facades and shit out there, and then they don't want to own up to the wolf in sheep's clothing shit. The motherfuckers is putting on faces and masks online every fucking day, and y'all eat this shit up, and then suddenly want to come to the defense or be mad with some shit tear down, or all these false idols and fake relationship goals and shit like that. And the whole time these motherfuckers is playing a game you never gonna get in, by the way. But it's just wild to me, because that was her energy. And it's like, people get mad at you when you say, keep that energy. He bought you a Bentley. Shut the fuck up and cry in your Bentley. Wasn't it the line? What's the line? Well, you either crying Ford Taurus or crying this Maybach seats or something. You know what I'm talking about?
A couple things to that. I seen today real quick. I think it was Lil Baby's baby mama said something. I think it was
about buying the house or whatever.
House. And my reaction to that, I said, yeah, he bought you a $400K house, but did he buy you a ring? No, he did not. No, he did not. And see, that's what we don't normalize that. Like, he didn't buy you a wedding ring. You're not his wife.
But I don't think they're together. I think I get where you're going. I get where you're going.
That's exactly my point, is that you're not together and you're a baby mama. But see, you're okay with that because you got a $400K house. But you were never trying to normalize being a wife and being a family. But we're okay with that.
I think like for her, I think what she was trying to say is that he was a good dad.
But you don't need to buy his child a house. I don't need to give you a $400K house to be a good dad. I don't need to do that. So you don't need to tell it to me in that form.
And I'm a kind of go off what you're saying, because I have an issue with that, because separate from all of the relationship goals and everything like that, I find two things, maybe they're the same, to be an issue with me. One, if I don't respect the system, and by the system I mean the system. I've never respected the system. You know what I'm saying? I don't respect the police system. I don't respect the judicial system. I don't respect none of that. But then when I go and I clamor to trying to appease or run to the courthouses for validation, while that's great for longevity as far as legal shit, I've never seen or equated marriage with happiness or love or none of that, right? So to that point, certain things that men do or certain things that people do, I'm not gonna put a red flag on as far as marriage is concerned. Only because of that. It's right, weird. That's what I'm saying. Only because of that. Only because, and I'm not talking about, and I'm not giving him an out, or I really truly feel that what you're saying is completely separate from what I'm saying. But what I am saying before we get into that is certain people, like, they not one and the same. Let me be clear. What you saying?
I know where you're going. I know where you're going with it.
Yeah. What I'm saying to a point is certain people, it's weird to be not just pro-black, but aware of a system, aware of shit, and then handle business. Certain things as far as like owning property, owning business and stuff, as fucked up as it is, you have to go through the system, LLCs and the courts and stuff. Certain shit with marriage shit or notary publics or notarized shit, you go through for protection. I don't want to lose my house, or I don't want you to not have this, or legal rights and so on and so forth, power of attorneys, this, that, and the third. That's great. But the owning property, giving, and making sure that your baby mama or your family or your kids are straight long terms, because you never know what happened, is different than I'm in love with you. I don't think the baby's in love with her. I think she know that. I think that's cool. I think she goes back to, and what you're trying to say is exactly the truth. Certain shit these people doing for validation of whatever they want, or some sort of game that they playing for likes or tug of war with other women, is like, he got me a house. And it's like, you make yourself look crazy and stupid by doing that. Just, if y'all not together, if you're embarrassed, if you're not in love, if the rest of it, just shut the fuck up and keep moving. But once you put it out there, it's up for anybody to debate.
Right. Well, Lil Baby's baby mama did that because she was saying there's no beef over here. Like, I love my baby daddy. We're good.
Okay.
That's what it was. I get what you're saying, but it's like, I know you don't care, but I'm saying, like, I like shit like that because there is so much narrative of beef between the father of your child or the mother of your child.
Black fathers.
In the black community. And I like the fact that she wasn't one of these celebrity baby mamas. Like, majority of them are with this new generation of rappers that's on social media talking shit about their baby daddy because they done moved on. She was like, nah, he's taking care of his kid. What I gotta be mad for? We're good. There's no beef over here. Like, I get what you're saying though. Shut the fuck up. You don't have to tell everybody how much the house was. You don't have to tell everybody how big the house was. It's cool for you to say, like, we're good.
Because that's a flex to me. Like, that's not really trying to tell me that.
It is. It's a flex. It's a flex.
Like the beef. Listen, this is what you say. He's a great father. Simple as that. He's a great.
But a lot of people, the thing is people don't understand how to do that.
Our co-parenting is going terrific, and he is a great father to our child, and that's it. If that's what you want me to know about your relationship, then that's what you tell me. You don't need to tell me. But nobody's in a house because that's
right. No, you're absolutely right. But the problem is that in this generation, that don't mean shit. What I have to tell you is, my nigga bought me a Birkin. He bought me a Bentley. He bought me a house. Well, this is how we're doing good.
You know what? I was done saving for the Birkin after last weekend because it ain't doing shit.
Hey, because what happens is when he repossessed it, or you on the news and you talking on the blogs, because you don't even make the news. You ain't important enough to make the news. When you make the blogs and the motherfuckers say, oh,
the dude gets you a car, put that shit in your name so he can't repo it.
I'm just saying. That shit was music to my ears when I saw that.
So look,
that was hilarious.
Hold on.
Hilarious.
I was like, oh,
it was hilarious. Yeah. Not even gonna lie, I would have did the same thing.
I would have pulled up in a truck with him.
Oh, word?
I would have pulled up in a truck with him. I would have been a driver side like, yo, get that, yo.
First of all, Marcus, you a cheerleader for foolishness.
I would have played. Look, if that was me, if I was Quavo, I'd have followed the tow truck there. In a drop top.
In a tow truck.
No, fuck that. I'm gonna be in a drop top, following the tow truck, playing For the Streets, her song, while I'm repoing the Bentley.
No.
Whoa. She got a song called For the Streets.
Yeah, that's why the whole thing, the Birkin thing, it was because her song came out, For the Streets. So the whole Birkin comment was because Send Him to the Streets is playing in the background of that video. Her song For the Streets.
I would have been in the tow truck in the passenger side. I would have jumped in there, dropped the top, and played My Best Friend. It's my best friend.
So stupid.
Rolling up. It's my best. I would have been out, Joe. Out. Whole neighborhood would have heard me.
Who made that song?
Sweetie.
That was
Sweetie and Doja Cat.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Y'all trash, man. Y'all petty as hell. I ain't mad at it. Y'all petty as hell.
I mean, you're repoing a gift. You're taking back a gift.
And I would have thrown the deuces. I would have turned down the radio and been like,
I did donuts in front of her house. Fuck you, I'm out.
Take care. And then turn it back up, and I'm out. And I'm out again.
Listen, I wouldn't have took it back. Man. Once I wouldn't have took it back.
Nah.
And I
I'd
said
have taken it back. That's
I
a
would've.
$350,000 car that I'm gonna make payments on, and you gonna be
Yeah.
driving some other nigga
And
my
you,
shit.
again,
I'm taking that shit back.
You in the streets
Taking
running
it
your
back.
mouth. Nah.
Why'd you have to say to make payments on? I just shed a tear. Why he ain't just
Because it was leased. It was leased. It's in his name, and it was a lease.
These are
He
weird.
took it back.
Which is, listen. For those of you,
And that's how most of these artists do. They don't buy shit outright. They lease it.
For those of you who about leasing, when you're getting cars like that, most people lease them because
You don't buy that outright.
you don't buy those cars unless you can really pay cash for them. But nobody finances these cars. They're either leased or pay for cash.
Okay, so listen, I guess, and I'm aware of all of that you're talking about, but I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. If you're gonna get somebody a gift, to Sable's point, it's a gift. Pay for it. Let them own it. It's a gift.
Or put it in her name.
Well, listen, this is
if I get you some Jordans, I ain't gotta put it in my name. You can have those.
Listen, but this Jordans though.
But let me tell you something.
Let me find out niggas is out here financing Jordans.
This is the thing.
I swear to God.
This is the thing. Like we know, he knew who she was. He knew who she was.
She knew who he was.
He knew. That's why he was like, let me go ahead and keep that in my name. I'm gonna keep that in my name because I don't think this is gonna work out. If it do, great. But if it don't, oh, that's coming with me. He knew.
Yeah. Listen, I low key think
you do a GQ article and you think that everything's all gravy. That's what you think. Nah.
I low key think when I see shit like that there was already turmoil anyway. Why else?
It's been turmoil. Anytime somebody does the elaborate, showy gifts.
Absolutely.
You saying sorry. Those are I'm sorry gifts. Those are I done fucked up. I'm sorry gifts.
And like anything that you do, if it's still in your name and you love her or whatever, y'all hesitant with the business or the accounts and things like that, you low key saying and playing your hand right there. Like, I don't really trust you, but hey, listen, here go a Bentley and you can have this. You forgive me? You stay with me, it's yours. You know what I'm saying? I kind of get them notions when I see shit like that.
Right.
But kind of hope again. I've never paid attention to their songs or their music or their relationship or stuff like that. Which is again, I know y'all hear us killing us, but the point of what we were doing is kind of airing out what we talked about before. Is you putting out this information and y'all want to do these elaborate situations on Instagram and stuff for the likes and all of these things, and then when shit crumbled down because you put on this facade and you ain't as happy as you post to be, then we got to come on here and we got to start having these conversations because the other thing is too is like I don't like how a lot of women and even men at some point in certain situations put pressures on their partners based on what they see other couples doing on social media. There's a viral thing going around where you have the picture that's the post and then the full background of what's actually going on. And there's one that talks, there's one that shows a guy with a woman, they went shopping, but then the full picture is he has this huge chain and ball of debt.
Yep.
And then there's another one where the couple looks very, very happy. And then the full picture is he has a side chick that he's holding hands with. Right. And then there's another one where the man and the woman, he's kissing her or whatever, they look extremely happy, but the other side of her face is beaten and bruised.
Yep.
So it's like you see these pictures on Instagram. For the most part, majority of people who post stuff on Instagram or online, they're not going to show you their rough patches. They're not going to show you or tell you what they're going through. They're only going to show, right, it's a highlight reel. They're only going to show the good things. So you are looking at constant pictures of bullshit all day, thinking that this is reality, and you have people who have such a high influence telling you this is what you need to do to be happy, and if you're not doing it, you ain't shit. No, that's not true. He bought her a Birkin because he was cheating on her.
Well, that in that whole relationship, or the basically what all of this leads to, and what was being said is like a lot of people not focusing on their own happiness. They focus on comparing themselves to other people's lives and what looks good rather than what feels good, what is good, what's best for them.
The comparison is through finances, though. That's what it's
right. A lot of it is.
That's what it is. I mean, let's keep it 100. Like the comparison that we see through social media and the comparison that we see is through finances. It's not through happiness. All right.
Right.
It's not through the couple and actually what they're actually going through. It's how much can he do for me? And it really comes down to how much can the man do for a woman. It's like
Right.
you got these dudes feeling like, man, like if you're a young cat and don't have that type of money, like you got these dudes feeling like, you know what, because you can't provide all these things that social media tells you have to buy. Like that you have to do this, you have to do that.
Like do this, go here, eat that.
You gotta buy these trips, you gotta do that. You can't.
I can't spend $1,000 on the first date, so I'm not shit.
That's what's getting put out here. And the crazy thing about it is that a lot of people really follow this to the T. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh well, if he can't do that, then he a bum. Or he does. I mean, you got a chick that came on social media that said, call the dude Dusty because he didn't pay for her meal, but he paid for his own girl's meal and not hers. And the dude's Dusty.
And she didn't want him there to begin with. She said she invited her man. She didn't even want him there to begin with.
Right. But my question to her was, were you planning on paying if he wasn't there?
You were. You had
to.
So
what changed?
Yeah.
Because that's not your dude, right? So
she falls into that category of women who's on social media, seeing men cash out. Oh, dude's coming, he gonna pay for my meal. He's not your dude.
Right.
And it's not as if he invited you out.
Like he was invited.
Yeah, he was invited.
Right.
He was invited by his girl.
He was invited by his girl.
Let's say that, and let's say this. Let's say that his girl wanted to pay. Is he still Dusty? He could have paid for 20. He could have paid for 20 meals in a row. And she's like, "Hey, I got this one for you, babe." But not
I don't trust money. So listen,
see, that's what social media.
Everywhere that I've gone, damn near my entire life, I look like a broke ass nigga because I'm not really like, I don't dress like, oh, let me go out here and put on this, that, and the third. And I don't typically pull my card out. If I'm with you, take my money. If I can't fuck with you like that, cool. I know factually I've been to places, nice places, and they probably was like, oh, he a ball player. He's 6'4", man. Who is that? And then trying to pay, and I don't even look at the receipt. I'm not even looking at it. I swear to God, I guarantee you, the waitress and everybody else then pulled up and watched, the cards, the whole situation, and been like, "Oh, you pay? I guess my money though. You don't. I'm not. I know I look dusty. Half the time. But again, if I'm with somebody and I'm in a relationship, I've always said, as long as my kids is taken care of, as long as my family's taken care of, you can let me have the hell you want to. It doesn't matter to me.
Right.
But the issue is the entitlement of the chick that feels like another man has to pay for her when they have no relationship. Like we have no relationship. And you came here and I was invited here. I wasn't invited to come pay your meal. But the simple fact that you believe that and that you feel like you're entitled to that is the issue that we have and what's going on. And the issue that we have with Saweetie is like we talked about. We talked again months ago. We're talking about the whole Birkin thing. Is that you put so much value on material goods. That was the only value you put on your relationship. And I use a lot of sports analogies. And I say this, if you want to get put on scholarship, let me tell you how that works. We recruit every year. You're looking to get replaced if you want to get put on scholarship, if you want to do that. Okay. Yeah. So if you want to get replaced, there is no loyalty on scholarship. Now we'll keep you around because we gave you a scholarly, but we are looking for your replacement when you are no longer have the ability to perform. That's how it works. If you want to be on scholarship, and that's your only value, which is what she was putting on relationships, that's what happens. And guess what? Well, her 4 years is up. Bring in a new crew.
Man, that's what I'm saying. It's the same with Dr. Miami. Like if you look at, I think this like I'll give you a prime example, but of course you can look at it, the people that put so much, they were pretty and they put emphasis on staying pretty and stuff like that, the plastic surgery and shit like that. Lil Kim's one of them, certain ones, they just don't know when to stop. Sylvester Stallone or, a few of them. You put so much emphasis on it and you comparing yourself to the next chick, you got to go get a Brazilian butt lift. Ain't nothing wrong with it if that's really what you want. I have nothing against if that's what you want. I have nothing against that. If that's what makes you feel better, the car, the hair, whatever it is that gets you up in the morning, get that. But if you're doing it to keep up with the Kardashians, you're going to fail. You're going to lose. And it's the same with the dudes. If you out here and you trying to live this life and try to compare yourself to some shit that ain't making them happy any goddamn way, you want to go out here and you want to, you know, impress the Sweeties of the world, and you know, Sweetie ain't even really impressed by it. This is the result of that. Nobody really knows what the fuck make them happy. You got a nigga at the end of the day that don't have his girl no more, and probably surrounded by a bunch of pick me bitches. He'll never find true love. Because I mean, I'm sorry to say it, but as long as you in that mode and you buying Bentleys, it's a chick out there that's going, "Ooh, I'll take that Bentley. Ooh,
Exactly.
I take that Birkin," and they're gonna do certain shit for that, and you never gonna find it. And it's the same on the other end. It's like as a female, if that's what you saying, ooh, I get it, and you get a nigga that's willing to finance those things for you, and he really don't make you happy. Because I mean, clearly he ain't make the other chick happy, or the other chick happy. At some point, that little cycle of dumb shit keep going on, and y'all putting all this stock into these relationships and shit like that. And it's like, y'all idiots. Y'all idiots. You play that game if you want to. What they say, play this circus or whatever the fuck.
You know what's crazy is that you never hear, like, and again, this is just a snippet from that Respectfully show. I think she said she needs a dude that makes at least 100 million, or maybe it was a couple 100 million, one of the two. And it's like you never hear females talking about, like we talked about, is chivalry dead right now? And essentially, it is, because that's not what's required anymore. Now I will still provide it because that's just who I am as a person. You know what I'm saying? Whether I got 100 million, 200 million, 1 million, or 1,000, that's just who I am. But right now with those type of chicks, they don't require that. All they require is the lease Bentley and the Birkin and the trips. That's all they require. Like, she never required anything or said anything about how the dude should treat her.
Right.
Never. And no woman ever says that anymore. It's not about how you're treated. Like you talked about, D, you could find true love.
Yeah.
But true love may not come with 100 million though.
Yeah. No, and that's what I'm saying.
But you rather, no, I'm saying, I agree with you 100%. It's like you rather find the 100 million instead of true love. Like, you'll never find it.
See, the difference is
that's not where your priority is.
It's a huge difference between a bum nigga and a bum female and a motherfucker that's able to finance shit. What I mean is, like, all right, I could not have 100 million. I can choose to. I don't. I can choose, absolutely don't. I can choose to sit on my ass.
No, neither.
You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, but what I'm saying is, like, I think the emphasis in what we're saying is, like, it's a difference between you got a man that is willing to provide and y'all gonna make the most out of what you got, and he's not satisfied with the minimum. That's different than a nigga that got, and because he got, suddenly he's a husband material or provider and stuff like that. Because some niggas with money,
that's their priority right now. That's their priority.
Right.
That's the only priority. Do you have the amount of money to finance me?
And even if you do, and even if you got the money to finance me, what Drake 3000 got a song, a verse on T.I.'s Sorry, and he says, I learned that apartments are way more what he say? I learned that apartments are way more something than a big ass house on the hill. He was more comfortable in the house. He said, I used to want a black Comagill. I was way happier before the money got here. And he's always said that most rich people, the Jim Carreys and stuff like that, they all echo the same thing. Robin Williams, everybody that are rich. There's two things with, like, the Bill Gates and those kind of people that say that before the fame and the money and stuff like that, I was happier. And a lot of people miss those things. It's like, all right, you're going to always want the next thing. Even if you got that 2021 Bentley, the 2002 come out in a couple months. And if you chasing that, you're never going to be happy. If you chasing a nigga with money, it's always a nigga that's rich. If you chasing a lifestyle of somebody else and the trips they get and they go on another trip, you're going to want that other trip. It's always going to be that way. What the fuck make you happy? What's good in your relationship? And that's the part of it all that is always funny to me, because there's certain people that put so much emphasis on, oh, he didn't post you, or y'all ain't together and y'all ain't doing this, and the relationship can't be good because, and it's like, nigga, we happy. That's what's different. So those are the things that go on. Then you watch it and you like, oh, you took a trip. He beat your ass that whole trip. I know him. Oh, you took a trip. Oh, he bought you that new car. Why you ain't posted in a minute? Oh, you got a black eye? Oh, the kids is sick. Oh, this is going on. Oh, this is going on. They got all this shit going on, but you got a nice crib and you fucked up and you scared of the same nigga that's providing or all these other things that's going on, or you really ain't happy. Maybe the nigga ain't fucking you right, or maybe some other shit's going on. Maybe he's scamming. Maybe he running from the police. Maybe how he getting his money ain't absolutely comfortable. It's a lot of things that go on with a lot of shit that's like, you ain't happy, but got that Birkin though. And that's the shit that motherfuckers need to get away from. And that's the shit that, ultimately what we were talking about is like, the point of this shit is like, shorty never put emphasis on that. All that music, all that Instagram posting, all the things that you doing. If a nigga can finance your life and he can give you the things that you put out into that world. And I've echoed this with even with killing. Like, I don't feel bad for rappers that talk about keeping a gun on them and shooting and then get shot. You said you kept the gun on you. I'm gonna keep the same energy with anybody, man. What you doing and how you put and portray yourself, nigga. You gotta live with that. Live or die with it, really. You gotta live or die with that. That's just my stance on all of it. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, you high, he and you laughing at pain." The Derrick Jacks thing, right? I read that post and a lot of people said, "Oh, y'all, it's funny how black people or black men love to see other men's downfall." Or it's like, it's not that. It's y'all put so much emphasis on this fucking facade and shit like that. He's not an actor. He ain't Denzel playing a role. He was trying to be a martyr. He was trying to be a staple in your fucking fantasies and shit like that. And in the process, like Kevin Samuels, he said some things that ultimately tear other people down. And if you're doing that, it's no different than a motivational speaker going out here and tell your kids stay off drugs and they own drugs. Like, who the fuck is inviting a rapist to a fucking motivational speech for kids or career day? Hey, I'm a rapist. Like, it don't happen. And y'all don't see no problem with the shit, but it's a big problem. It's a big problem. I don't care how you cut it. All of these things is going on in the internet. Y'all don't respect really the real shit. Everybody's putting in crowning and giving these trophies out to bitch niggas and dumb shit. And if you dig deeper, a lot of the shit, if you want to, you can trace it back to Jim Crow shit and them telling you ignorant, and they want you to stay broke, and they want you to stay unhappy, and they want you to stay in unstable homes, and they want you to go out here and sell drugs and be on drugs and do all these things, and no positive messages, no positive role models and shit like that. You could trace it back to a lot of different things, and it all comes down to you stupid motherfuckers. For me. I'm sorry, but it do. You stupid motherfucker.
And in conclusion,
you stupid.
In conclusion,
that's a great way to end it.
I'm serious though. That's how.
No, I know you are. No, I mean, but it is. That's a great way to end it.
Ross face like, yeah, oh yeah, you stupid.
It's. I think people have to do some. I mean, this goes with like what I say a lot on different episodes that we've had. Is understanding yourself and becoming emotionally and mentally mature. You crave stability. You crave a healthy relationship. And most people, anyone who prioritizes how much money somebody makes, what they can buy for you, what they can provide for you, over a healthy, stable relationship has not been there yet. And the fact of the matter is, like, it's cool. Like, all right, cool. He has a great job. He can pay all his bills. He can do this. He can do that. But what type of person is he? Same thing with a woman. Okay, she looks good. She got her own shit. She got her shit together. What type of woman is she what energy is she going to bring to this relationship? People have to stop putting the priorities on all this superficial stuff. It's great. It's good to have. Everybody wants it. But the reality is, when you have it, but you're missing that healthy relationship, that security, that comfort, that stability, it don't mean shit.
Got a fat ass. Now you hungry with a fat ass in your face.
Yeah, about that cooking.
I'm just saying.
Cook this man a meal.
Yeah, you can't cook this man a meal.
I'm gonna give anybody some advice for you. If you can't cook, just go to Chick-fil-A.
I was just gonna say, if you can't cook, you better know what kind of food he likes and get takeout.
But at least have it there. I don't want to argue.
Have it there when he gets home. Get it while he's on his way home.
Yeah.
You don't know how to cook. At least get something
and dress it up real nice with the booty shorts. Since I like your booty, that's all you got to offer the chick.
Yeah, I would say that, right now in this day and age, we trade companionship for the financial gains and all the gifts, because in relationship is what you thrive for, companionship. Like that's what you want, that's what you strive for. And right now we will trade that companionship for material goods or money or vacation or anything like that. Or look,
not even, for the most part, it's really just a look. Because if you break it down to the regular Joe Schmoes of the world, all they care about is, what does this look like? I got somebody. What do you got? Or she's bad as fuck. What does your girl look like?
The thing is that we never pose the questions at all, like through this whole thing. And since we're talking about this specific relationship, nobody will ever pose the question to Saweetie if she's on the show or Quavo on the show, like, where did it go wrong as far as your relationship is concerned? Like, where were you at fault? Like, what did you do? Like, where were you at in a relationship? Where did you guys fail? Because obviously these things led to certain things. And it's like, because what we do with women is that it's never their fault, there becomes a lack of accountability. And with that lack of accountability, things cannot be fixed. Okay. And I'm not saying that men don't do, because we do, we F up too. You know what I'm saying? No doubt. But you won't change and you won't make a change if you don't take accountability for it. And from this standpoint, it's like nobody from a social media age is going to tell her that she was wrong in any way, because we've automatically already taken her side.
Forget the social media age. Her friends ain't even willing to tell her.
Her friends are not going to do that. Her friends are not going to do that.
Don't fuck that up, girl. It's Quavo. Quavo.
So, from that standpoint, we'll continue the same cycle, because you know what? It's always this dude's fault. Nobody's ever going to take accountability for it. And as long as he can finance you and buy you back, if you can find a next dude to buy you, you straight.
Yeah,
you good.
We watched the I Am Athlete episode and stuff like that, and it was a good conversation, because it did point out that even with those guys, like in hindsight, there was certain things that even I watched and was like, oh, that women kind of crave. Real women kind of crave. That's like, yeah, I can do all those things, and I'm willing to be that person for you, but you also got to give to me the way that you would give to somebody else. And sometimes we don't see that shit either. So it's like, yeah, you got to have a real conversation and know your partner. But at the end of the day, all that superficial shit and the shit that look good for the gram, or that shit that look good or sound good, or whatever that's temporary, is ultimately never going to it's never going to work. And I know they saw the jokes that said she was going to end up back in Elk Grove and shit like that. And it's like, she thinks, and shit, you seen the post. The dude say, who the fuck would cheat on Saweetie? It's Saweetie. Look at her. Look at her. And it's like,
people said the same thing about J-Lo. They said the same thing about Halle Berry. They said the same thing about
and J-Lo's a prime example.
J-Lo Carfax.
But she's a prime example. J-Lo's a prime example of, as long as you look good, and I know J-Lo got her own money, but as long as you look good, niggas really don't care about,
True. Because I tell you what, Lori Harvey.
Here you go with this.
Look, Marcus is waiting for them to break up.
Marcus out of Marcus I swear to God, Marcus.
Listen, man, I don't know what he did.
You know what he did. He put the key on. He locked.
I'm a better man for you. I'm a better man.
He said,
Marcus can't wait.
He said, QQ sweat. Who can love you like me?
Look, Marcus has seen everybody break up this year, and he's like, God, please let Lori be next.
Oh yeah.
Let this nigga mess up.
Otherwise, he in Calabasas fighting Drake. Otherwise, you in Calabasas fighting Drake.
Yeah, I gotta get. I can't win that. Too much money involved in that. I ain't got it.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money, but I don't know if you just going against the money in that Drake situation, man. Drake, he might have slipped up with that little stripper, but it was about 1 million other out there that was like, damn, why he ain't nothing me? I mean, you ain't just going like it's a tough road, but I
don't know, man. I seen him in the State Farm commercial looking kind of pudgy in that shirt. So I think I got it. You gonna get off us pudgy niggas, bro. Hold on. Hold on.
Look, Joe. Look. Drake isn't pudgy. Drake isn't pudgy. I done seen pictures of Drake in the gym. Drake gets it in. He's not pudgy.
Listen, if you think Drake is,
He's not pudgy.
Tell him.
He's not muscular, but he's not pudgy.
See, tell him.
Not pudgy.
See, tell him. See, tell him.
He's not pudgy.
If
He's
she
not
thinks Drake is
pudgy.
nice, D.
Hey,
If you think Drake is
Marcus,
No, I'm just saying he's not. He's not pudgy.
I don't know what you're gonna think of me. I don't know what you're gonna think. I'm going through the room.
2%. I'm playing with him.
I'm through the room.
Well, goddamn.
This is why we need that calendar from you, Marcus. We trying to get some ducats, bro. We need that calendar.
Man,
and Lori might look at it.
Listen, I'm telling you, Joe.
You could go viral, Marcus. Come on.
After I seen, Lil Baby play basketball, I said, if any woman ever picked him over me,
yeah,
he need to be slapped.
Yeah.
Like, how is he
But
like?
they don't know. Put yourself out there. Come on, Marcus.
Like, look, Joe. I know he got some dough, but come on, the dude got to be like 5'2", $110.
Well, listen, you know,
Not athletic. Let me ask a question. That's just terribly athletic.
Would never.
Yeah, that's
Would
what I'm
never.
saying. That's gotta be.
Would never.
That's like a
Would
man.
never. Because my family is athletic. All
Like,
my
that's
friends
like a
are
manly
athletic.
you,
My friends play
that's not fair,
sports
though. That's not fair.
professionally.
It's not fair. It's
No.
not fair.
That's not fair. That's not fair.
That's
It's not fair because you know Sable's on it. Sable is a part of the show simply because if you listen to a lot of her views and how she talk, she don't really carry herself like the goofies that would go for a Lil Baby. And Lil Baby's not necessarily a thinker of the
Right.
nigga's slightly retarded. Let's be honest. Most of these niggas are slightly retarded. Don't look at me like that, Sable.
Listen,
Don't look at me like that. Them niggas is like, hold on, listen. I'm gonna just end it with this. I'm gonna just end it with this because I like to do music. I'm gonna be clear. I like to do music.
yeah, he's
but
straight. He's straight.
There's what Marcus is trying to say. He knew he couldn't play ball before he went out there. He knew that. Tory Lanez is one of them who also knew no. And he had his whole shit blowing in the wind. He knew it's not worth it. There's certain dudes, there's certain people, and women do this. There's some women that are slightly retarded. They don't know, and their friends aren't willing to tell them. But even if your friends don't tell you, you looked in the mirror, your eyebrows, your hair, certain things that you do, you slightly retarded. You got to be slightly retarded too.
Like Joe, I can't. Jack Harlow was out there, terrible. The Lil Baby's out there, terrible. We saw Tory Lanez, terrible. I'm like, look, bro. Like, if a female can't look at these dudes, first of all, they all like 5'2", $115. Okay, like it's like what manly thing can they do for a female? And then they're terribly athletic. Like you can't even move. Like listen, I can't get into y'all mind. But I just couldn't see how you could look at that dude and be like, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, the broke one.
You don't.
The one that can't, right? The skin, yeah, the one that don't look like I'm bigger than him. That one, that's the one. Like that's the one.
You don't though. You don't. They're not looking at that guy. They're not looking at any of them and saying that. They're looking at, well, you got money though. That's how the whole conversation goes. You got money. You got money. You can learn to love him. You can learn to like him. Whatever it might be.
I can't believe you would see a dude that terrible and be like, that's the dude. Like, that's the guy.
One, I won't date a dude under 6 feet. So that could never happen.
What if he was 5'11"?
Doesn't matter. You're not 6 feet.
Would you know? You wouldn't even know.
Yes, I would. 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 Here's the thing. Most men that say they're 5'11" are really 5'9". You're not 5'11".
No, a dude who says he's 5'11" is really 5'11" because no guy wants to say they're 5'11" because they just round it up to 6 foot. I'm gonna tell you that. Like, let me tell you.
But look, 6 foot, 6 feet, even 6 feet is still short for me. You gotta be taller than 6 feet.
6 feet, like any dude who tells you he's 5'11" is truly 5'11" because he would just round up to 6 foot. Like he would round himself up.
You're right. Okay, I'll give you that. But still, like.
To just do that.
Like it doesn't matter. Like if I look at your ID and it says 5'11", I'm gonna feel some type of way. Cause like I can't do it. That's my shallow thing. I will be the first to admit it. My most shallow point is I cannot date a dude that is under 6 feet.
Are you abusive?
6 feet is even short. I'm not abusive.
You poking me his head a little bit. Sit your little ass down. Sit your little ass. That's what you do. That's why I'm saying
no.
I'm saying
I'm 5'7", but I like to wear heels.
I get it.
And my heels are tall. So when I'm in heels, I myself am damn near pushing 6 feet.
Yeah.
I don't want to look down at you. The fuck?
So look, but what if y'all even though? What if y'all about even?
I still can't do it. I can't be eye level.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what it is for me, and I think a lot of women can agree with this. As a woman, you want to feel like the man that you're with, that physical protection. Doesn't matter if he's super buff or anything, but the fact that he's bigger than you, you feel like he can protect you.
But
that's what it is. I'm attracted to the masculinity of having a guy that's taller than me, that's bigger than me. If I feel like, one, you're shorter than me and you're smaller than me, that's why I won't date you.
Y'all take that to the bedroom too, though. Y'all don't
now I feel, no, that's true. But now I feel like if you're shorter than me and you're skinny, if something happens, I'm going to have to rescue you. I don't like that feeling. I don't like that feeling. Now I'm looking at you like,
to rescue you.
Because look.
But that's my thing.
You know how guys are. Do you know how guys are? Guys will test small dudes, especially if they're with a pretty chick. We out somewhere and niggas start to get mouthing off. I'm going to look at you and you... What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen?
Let me go.
But that's my thing. That's my thing with like the little baby and the Tory Lanez and the Jack Harlow.
I never do it. I don't care how much money you got.
Like,
I'm not with you.
I don't understand how a female could look at them and be like, yeah, that's the dude. Like I'm picking that dude out the crowd. Like that's him. Like that's the guy.
Because he got money. He got money.
Yes,
he got
exactly.
money. It's not looks. One
like Meg Thee Stallion.
Baby is ugly as fuck.
Like Meg Thee Stallion. How did Tory Lanez infiltrate that?
I think what happened with that.
How did that happen?
Trojan horse. Think Trojan horse. Think Trojan horse. He went in that thing. He really climbed in her.
That's what I'm saying.
I think what happened with them. I think what happened with them is that I can't say, and I don't know Megan, and I hate
that's an undersized cat.
But I feel like
let me tell you something.
I feel like
Blitz pickup. Hey, it's tough. Let me tell you something, Sable. Let me tell you something. Blitz pickup on somebody like it's not gonna end well. Believe me, I know. Look.
I feel like they were friends prior and they ended up meshing together and she gave that nigga a chance. I feel like that's what it was. Because there's no way that she just instantly was like, hell yeah, I'll fuck with him.
You know what I think? I think
especially, and the only reason why I say that is because when the whole shooting shit happened, there's some real hurt between the both of them. Like they had a real relationship, a real connection, even if it was just a friendship. And I think that she gave him a shot because of that. They built that bond or what attraction or whatever it might be, and she overlooked his height.
Well, maybe that can
happen. For the record, I'm not the one you won't get a chance.
The 5'11" and a half dude, maybe that work out with you.
Nope. No.
Because
I'm good. I'm good. Fuck.
You ain't gonna be able to tell, man. I promise.
I'm good. I need to see your ID. You 6? Let me see. Let me see your ID. Let me see.
Right. You can put 6 foot. He could really be 5'10" and a half, and you don't even know.
I'll break out a measuring tape. You got me fucked up.
Yo, if you put the little pencil on the top of your head, you know what I'm saying, and do this against the wall, it's a wrap. Marcus, what you say? You promised her what?
What's up?
What'd you say? I promise you. You said I promise you. I didn't hear what you said.
Promise you wouldn't know. Like dude could be 5'10" and a half.
You probably wouldn't know, but it's just I can't that's just where it's at 6 feet.
As long as he said she was 6 foot, she wouldn't know.
Well, listen, here's
6 feet is pushing it.
I'm gonna go back to the middle. Y'all know. They say rappers. They say rappers are real funny dudes, right? Like the real famous and popular rappers. They get all these women, they do all this stuff, and then they start trying to fall in love with the guys and shit because they realize that the women ain't there and the guys is who they share their secrets with and they fall in love with and all this. I don't know if y'all have ever heard that theory. Once you start, it's a theory. It's like Diddy, all them Jamie Foxxes and stuff. They're the R. Kellys and stuff. They get women so easily and done everything. Like, I mean, shit, they probably pissing on niggas, pissing on them, whatever. They do whatever they want to.
We know R. Kelly did.
Right. Women come and go, right? So the theory was, and this is like a decade ago, this story came out and I read it. These guys have like this secret society thing, the tank shit basically, where once you've dominated, like you said, we have a need to conquer. Let's be honest. And I've already told you, like, for me, if it's easy, I don't want it. But these rappers, the Lil Waynes and stuff, they become so close to their guys. And then the women, they don't trust them. Females will tell you whatever, they're going to do whatever. They end up being basically gay, right? That's what I believe happened to Meg. I think Meg is a big woman. I think she's used to what maybe you used to with you know, maybe dating big guys and the rest of that. And here comes this Tory Lanez, very soft, small
class, man.
and yeah, she was like,
Jump up a
oh,
couple weight classes.
yeah, she was
Up a weight class and see if he had it.
and he was, you know, I think they genuinely, like you said, they meshed. I think she probably was kind of like, you know, I'm tired of these. I've dated these dudes or whatever, and that's what happened. I think it's a weird thing because I mean, it's damn near like the opposite of the men where she has to. I'm sorry, that's a big girl. She has to have a big nigga around, especially with the shit she talking. It probably used to gangsters and, you know, street niggas and shit like that. And you get a guy like Tory that's like, hey, how'd you get your hair like that? Because I know he did that. I know he did that. Hey, how'd you?
If it ain't a big dude, or if he ain't a big dude, he at least got a power clean 300. Like, I mean, you got to have some kind of strength to you, so you know that. Like, you know, he ain't a big dude, but don't put your hands on him because he, you know Tory Lanez is none of the above. He's none of the above.
I really believe that though. I think she probably saw him, like you said, conversation was there, so on and so. Because in the bedroom and everything else, I'm sorry, but he ain't never just flipped her over.
No.
Never.
He done got flipped over.
He got his ass in the bed. His ass in the bed.
That ain't never happened. Ain't nobody grabbed her ankles and said, and ain't never did that move, turn over. Like, he ain't never did that. So yeah,
no.
But only other thing I got really, I mean, there's a few of them. Yes, baby.
Hi there.
Kanye telling Kim, talk to my security. What y'all think about that?
It's Kanye. It's all Kanye.
I think Kanye's hurt.
You think he's hurt?
I think he's hurt.
You think he just was like, I'm out of here? You know why I think he's hurt? I think the rumors with Drake and everything that started his beef with Drake and everything like that is there, and then I think it's just a bad thing. I think it's a bad thing. Somebody got to watch that dude.
You know what? I think that the old saying goes, you lose them how you got them. And I think that, you know, with Kanye's situations, that he was always more concerned about Kim's extracurricular activity and how she was portraying herself to not only their kids, but their family. He was never comfortable with that, but that's how we got her. And at the end of the day, that's how we lost her, because she wanted to be her, besides all the crazy stuff he was doing. And she was never willing to give up that part of her life. Like, you can see that if you follow Kim on social media, since that was announced, she's been full-fledged. Like, she's posted more in the last couple of weeks than she has in their whole marriage. And
but she hasn't missed a beat. Like, I think with them is that Kim was Kanye's Barbie doll. He loved Kim. He loved the fact that he could mold her life, her look, do whatever he wanted, and it was a good look for him.
I don't think he could, though, and I think that was an issue.
No, he did, because if you notice, even if you watch her social media, if you've ever watched any of the episodes where they're together on TV, even with just her style, you can tell as soon as they got married, and even when they were dating, her style started to completely change. The influence was definitely heavy Kanye.
I would say it toned down quite a bit from what Kim was, but the simple fact that, like, Kim was never gonna be, like, I believe it, like, Kanye loved Kim, and you know what, and he loved her for the reasons you should love your woman, and it had nothing to do with everything else outside of just their relationship, but just her as a person. And I think he was trying to let her know that she didn't need to do all that to be who she was. And I think some of that did tone down, and she was trying to change in that factor, because that was her husband.
You are who you are.
At the end of the day, you are who you are. You know, and
no, because even there was I can't remember which blog it was that I read it on, because I did actually watch the episode where there was something, either it was a shoot that she was doing, a cover or something like that, and he was upset with how it looked.
Right.
And she had the attitude of, but you know who I am. You know, this is how I've been doing things. I'm comfortable with it.
Right.
Why are you all of a sudden upset? And I think that was the start of them reaching a divide.
We're saying the same thing. We're saying the exact same thing. Exactly.
Yeah. They were reaching a divide, and then he started going this way with having being extremely religious and going on his tangents and kind of being extremely inconsistent with his viewpoints and saying the far left radical shit that he was saying. And she was still going in the same path that she wanted to go. And at a point, when you grow that far apart, there's not much you can do.
I mean, when you see things from just a value perspective that are different, you know,
yeah,
and I think that's where they were. Like their values change as far as just how they thought of life. And
yeah,
like, we're 100% we're on the same page. It's just how she makes money, how she does her thing, how she's become famous. I think she catered to him a little bit at the beginning, but at the end of the day, she still wanted to do what she does. And like you said, when he started to get into put the gospel album out, you know, we started to do the Sunday service, then all the political stuff. And then he was going off the wall with the political stuff. Then it became her brand at that point in time. So that's something that she had to think about too, because they built it. Let's just say what it is. I mean, it's the biggest brand, it's family brand, you know what I'm saying, in America. And he was starting to basically diminish that a little bit by all of his outtakes and everything going on and his political views. And with that being said, with all of that, you know, and with her trying to be who she was, I think they grew apart just as far as a value and what they thought about as far as life and value is concerned. So I do believe he was hurt about it, man. You know, at the end of the day, sometimes we can't look at this stuff like it's just a flash in the pan. Like, that's his wife, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, and exactly. And the thing is like when you've been with somebody that long, you have kids with that person, you've built a life with that person, you're gonna, regardless of what happened, why they broke up, you are going to grieve that relationship. You're going to be hurt. And I'm sure both of them are hurt. But I think like for him, he probably can't talk to her. It's probably too much for him to talk to her.
Right.
Maybe he is on some, hey, I don't want to deal with it. Let me separate how I'm gonna separate. And because I believe she's the one who filed for divorce. I don't think he filed for divorce. Yeah. But I think it really is a case of him. Let me go ahead and just separate.
I respect it either way. You know, I mean, whatever. Yeah. Like I said, and you know, if what you say is true, I respect it. If it's just one on that, just I just don't want to talk to you thing, like I respect it either way. I mean, like I said, when you married to somebody, and you know, marriage is supposed to mean something, and you love someone like that, it's like, yeah, you do go through that process. But whatever process they're both going through, I mean, I respect it either way. Like they were married, and I don't know how that relationship was, and I don't tend to try to jump into that. But however they want to handle it is however they want to handle it. You know, I respect it, whatever he wants to do. And I'm glad you brought that up because it's not always somebody being petty. That's not always the situation. Yeah. It's always somebody could be really hurt right now. And he could be like really hurt about this and just say, you know what, right now I can't talk to you because this is not what I want.
I need to have a clean break. I don't want to hear your voice. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to deal with you.
I agree with that because only take that I got on it is if you don't care, if two people don't care, if one of them don't care, or if it's just a look, if it's just business, if it's just this, there's no feelings involved. Do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? When you get into the point where you care to the point where what Kanye was doing, why are you showing yourself like that, or what she was doing, or to the point where now talk to my security, that's real pain and hurt because otherwise, like I said, I could play a role if I never gave a fuck about you, if it's just
about the kids, all right, cool, let's just do that.
Yeah, if it's just about the looks and everything else, cool. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like I said, respect for him for even having, I don't know how that, gets leaked out. I mean,
right. I was gonna say this too. We can't make the mistake and say that also that he put that out. Like that could have been somebody in his camp that just leaked that out. Like
they said someone close to her, which also attests to you got to watch who you got in your circle because they're willing to spread your business.
We're trying to keep this, this private, this separation private, this divorce private, and somebody else leaked that out. So that wasn't even, who's to say that was Kanye really putting that out there? So again, we take it as if it was Kanye that leaked it out, but it's like, no, that wasn't him. He was minding his own business, trying to keep everything real professional and private. And that got leaked out by somebody else in the camp. So we got to look at it from that standpoint too, that not all the time that they want their business out in the streets, but somehow somebody leaks it because somebody got a nice little payday.
Well, I respect you opening any chain of communication anyway, especially in separations, dealing with kids anyway. because some people just get straight to the petty, and we've seen it in other situations with celebrities. They get straight to the petty, and it's just you have no visitation. Don't talk to me. Fuck you. I'm taking this, and so on and so forth, and it just get messy. So, fucked up. I mean, like you said, you get them how you lose them how you get them, and everything like that. So, I don't know their relationship. I don't know nothing about it, but I think most people saw this couple for years. Like they compatibility just never seemed. And I know Marcus was watching. I know he was like, "What you doing with that?" Like,
no, you know what, man? Listen. I'm with you though. I never saw it like that. But again, I don't know the ins and outs. I don't know the ins and outs of their relationship, man. I don't know.
Listen, personally, I thought it was business. I thought Kanye just seemed like he was into fashion, and he had one of the highest paid, biggest.
He had the biggest plug out there. He had the biggest plug out there.
I always thought that. I never once was like, oh, Kanye putting that down. I never once was like Kim K got yay. And when it's, I hate to say it, but it's a bunch of niggas out there that seem like Kim K type. Kanye seemed like her shopping buddy to me.
I don't know, man. I mean, I've dabbled in a couple episodes of there, and I would say that when that kind of happened, they were talking about, I forgot who she was dating at the time. If it was Chris Humphries.
She was married. She was getting engaged to Chris Humphries.
Yeah, Chris Humphries.
Their situation is kind of similar to Megan Tory. They were friends. Yeah, so they're not the type that you would put them automatically together, but they were friends.
Cool. But they kept talking about Kanye was always like, he was
on Kim.
He always has.
He was obsessed with her.
So I think that, man, I don't know if it was a plug at that time. I think that he really did have something for her. Like that was something that he really wanted. I
guess what I'm saying is, and I don't know, like I said, I've never seen an episode of it. I don't really know, and I'm not the expert on it. But when he was around her, even if he was obsessed with her and wanted her, were they shopping? Were they trading fashion tips? What were they doing hanging out when she was engaged? And if it was fashion, then that's what I got. I'm sorry, but that's my vibe. I always was like, that's their shopping buddy. That's what I thought that they had in common. The fashion shit and that, that whole vibe of conquering products and stuff is where I thought they did great at. The kids thing, to me, I still, even though I know they got kids, I still don't believe they got kids.
Wait, what?
Don't.
What?
I said what I said.
What do you mean?
I said what I said. Like at the end of the day, I know it was happening, but never once in marriage until I seen that one clip.
You never saw Kim pregnant. Like I think that's what it is because you never.
No, you did.
No,
what are you talking about?
I saw her pregnant. I saw her big.
Yeah, Kim was pregnant with North and Saint. The last two she had surrogates.
North and who?
Okay,
Saint.
I don't remember.
What the kid
North
name?
And Saint. Oh, don't talk about the kids.
How many they got? 3 or 4?
How many they got?
4.
They got 4 kids. Yeah, they got 4 kids together.
See, this is what
2 boys, 2 girls.
I thought they only had 2.
Listen,
they got 4.
She got 4 kids. She got 4 kids, Marcus.
What's the
she don't got no other baby daddies?
That's okay. I'm kids taking care of. I'm kids taking care of. I don't even do that.
Her kids. So she has North, Saint, Chicago, and Psalm are her kids. 2 boys, 2 girls.
She don't got nothing called Ray J?
No.
He hit it first.
Damn.
He didn't knock her up.
He didn't. Hey, he technically didn't hit it first. He just hit it first on camera.
Well,
true.
They said if it wasn't,
she was married. She was married before Ray J.
Yeah, one photo on the video didn't happen. So now
he's the first video that came out. I can't even say Ray J.
Before the gram came out, he was on there. He was on there. Now what?
What I'm saying with Kanye though, the only clip that made me feel like they was connected. The only one that I've ever seen was the one where he said, "Oh, we don't even have a bidet or whatever she said. That we don't even have a pool."
Oh, when they were doing the interview and he was kind of clowning her or whatever.
Yeah.
That's the only interaction that they've ever had that I was like, "Oh, that
was hilarious." By the way,
that was hella funny.
But
it was so real. It was so real.
It was real. You could tell it was real.
It was so real.
Oh, yeah.
It was funny.
I would say this: the one time that I felt like I don't know how close they are. Is they were at an NBA game and the kiss cam came on.
Oh yeah, and he was
Kim looked at him like she wanted to give him a kiss, and he just stared at her like, "Nah."
But Kanye is socially awkward anyway. Like that's just Kanye. He's socially awkward as fuck.
So this is why I could never. this is why I could never, and it's still, even as we have this conversation, never struck me like, oh, he spit game and pulled Kim. Kim looked like she needed a dude that was like, listen, let me drop that thing and get draws. And Ye looked like he was like, hey, where you going, for fashion week? Are you wearing that fabric? Are you wearing that? Well, listen, I got this new fabric over here that ain't came out yet. It's like 2032 fabric over here, and I want you to wear it. And I just never saw the connection.
But maybe that's what Kim needed.
Or maybe that's what she likes, though, man. You don't really know what she likes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she did date old Chris Humphries dude, got married to him. On the show, she was messing with the security dude. And, I know, listen, I got a source that told me back in the day, some regular dude, she pulled regular dude out they was in the club. She pulled regular dude out the club. He's just a normal dude. They pulled him up. Like security pulled him up. So she made us like, that's what she made us like that.
You got to find that club, Marcus, because if you get rich, we get rich.
Oh, I hear you. I got you.
I don't need the whole 100 mil that you get. Listen, 300, you know what I'm saying? 300K, you know what I'm saying? Finder's fee, something like that. But yeah, listen, I don't know, man.
They ain't coming off no money. Kylie ain't even coming off no money.
You stupid.
She came off 5K like, hey, y'all finish the rest. I'm good.
She gave something.
I'm gonna get this 5K. Y'all, we got 55 more to go. Y'all take care of that.
Doctor can't even get a butt lift with that, man. Oh, actually, no, it can.
Yeah, you can.
You go to Dr. Miami.
Two of them this weekend only. The weekend special.
You might get three.
And got money for Chick-fil-A after.
Chick-fil-A. It's Sunday though. You can't get it today.
Can't get it today. Tomorrow.
What you say?
Schedule it for tomorrow.
Tomorrow. I had something for you, Marcus, man. It was dealing with sports, man. I don't remember what it was no more though. It was something to do. Oh, the NCAA. And then I'm out of here. But the NCAA, man, I saw them arguing again, and they were saying how
about the weight room.
No, that was crazy. That was crazy. That was just messed up.
That's just so unacceptable. I don't even know where to go with that.
Like that's just
like, I mean, that's a total disregard for women athletics. It's just
shit was like.
It's a
not even subtle. It was just such a disrespect on a whole. It wasn't even a slap in the face. That was like I'm spitting in your face, like the highest form of disrespect.
And we can use the argument, and we can use it all the time, and a lot of times it's very relevant about revenue in women's sports. Yep. But in this case, we can't do that. Like in this,
I was absolutely
that's we can't.
I posted the LeBron. Pay versus I forget her name now. Pay side by side, and somebody was like, "Oh yeah, it'd be nice if they got the same pay." And I was like, "They don't bring in the same revenue.
They don't bring the same revenue. I mean, it's just
business in general doesn't. It's not going to happen."
For some reason, we lose that common sense when we have this conversation, and it's like I get it. Like, yes, the women should be paid more money, and we would like to pay them more money. But if they don't bring in the revenue to do so, then you cannot. And it's So with the WNBA situation, it's like, yes, we would love to pay them more money. Now, listen, I don't have the books in front of me, so I'm not going to sit here and say that, I know for a fact that they're maxing out the revenue. But as far as comparing it to men's salaries, you can't, because the men's salary, they just bring in more revenue. Simple as that.
Well, and the thing that people forget is that it's a business. It's sports, but at the end of the day, it's a business. Of course.
Yeah. And
you pay your employees based on how much money you have.
Your business pays you based upon
Amazon.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's the same thing in the WNBA, NBA, NFL, same thing.
Right.
Our profit margins allow us to pay our employees. Simple as that. If we don't have the same profit margin, this isn't revenue sharing, then you don't get the same money. Right. Simple as that.
Right.
No, this dude, Rutgers player, Geo Baker, I know we've already had the conversation, but he brought it up again. He said, the NCAA owns my name, image, and likeness. Someone on music scholarships can profit from an album. Someone on academic scholarships can have a tutor service. For people who say an athletic scholarship is enough, anything less than equal rights is never enough. I am #not NCAA property. He's mad about it again. I thought they came to an agreement already, but apparently they still not paying him. Is that what's going on?
Not yet. So the NCAA agreed that players were able to use their, basically use their likeness, but it hasn't been. It's not going to take place for I think it's 2 more years out, I believe. But then the states are voting on them. So the states are voting them individually. So like Florida passed that already, so you're good to go. But the NCAA
Same thing with California, I think, too, right?
Yeah, California has, but the NCAA hasn't passed it as a whole. So, and then it comes down to, okay, how are we able to do that? All right. Now, because right now, if I can get you in here, I can give you funny money any kind of way I want to, if we're using it for likeness. So how do they monitor that as far as how much money you're getting paid? Or I can say this recruit, I'll pay you $200,000 to come down here to Bama because we got the money. But now we'll use it because you're signing autographs at a car dealership. It's a lot of different ways to go about this and do this. And I don't really know how they're going to do it and how this is going to happen. You know, this guy at Rutgers, I don't even know who he is. So I don't even know why we're discussing him. Is he supposed to be getting paid? You know.
Yeah, I don't know. He jumped out there on the edge. So
like my thing is this, I mean, if you one of those guys, man, look, if you one of those guys, like I get it. Like it's different. People ask me this question all the time. And I said, listen, when I was getting recruited out of high school, I didn't go to college to get paid. You know, that's not why I was going to school. You know what I'm saying? I was fully aware that the next level is where I was going to make the money. Like I wasn't going to make any money in college. Now, I do agree with this is that going through that, and we didn't get the money that players got to get today, is that they do need to give the players more money. You need to be able to house each other. And some of these places, man, I mean, where I went to school in Boulder, Colorado, man, is very expensive. Like half of us had to live outside of the city of Boulder because we couldn't afford to live there. And, you know, if you didn't have extra money, a lot of us were, I'll tell you a quick story. Like a lot of us, including myself, like I was on full scholarship, but we had to take out full loans. Like people are like, why you got through the loans? I'm like, because we didn't have any extra money. Like besides my scholarship check, like you get a scholarship check to pay for your rent. You know what I'm saying? And in Boulder, the rent's so high that, I mean, you had to move outside of it. And the second semester was 5 months. The first semester was 4 months. Well, they don't give you more money for the second semester. They give you the same allotment over 5 months. So now your money changes. So to have any kind of access money outside of your scholarship money, people were taking out loans if you didn't have it. I mean, there were Pell Grants available sometimes for those with low income, but sometimes that wasn't enough. So to have a car payment and things like that. So I should be able to have enough money to get a meal. That shouldn't be an issue if they want to give me a meal. Those things shouldn't be an issue. So I think when it comes to that, players do need to be compensated for that because we can't get jobs. And a lot of the times we're on campus all year long. And when I go over the schedule that I had to even try to graduate on time, where can I work anyway? I'm in a full-time job. I have a full-time job. Right. Two of them. I'm a student and I'm an athlete. No way that I can get a job. So from that standpoint, I feel like students do need to be paid from that. If you're a top dude and you making and your jersey's getting sold, listen, other guys not tripping on that money, man. Like you can have that. We know who's getting that. We know who that dude is. If they can get some extra money from Nike or EA, I mean, we all got a check from EA Sports. That's why I canceled. Like, and we all got a check for that. I was one of them, you know, and based on how much you were used in the game, is based on how much the money wasn't even based on how much you were using the game and who you were, you got more or less money with that. So from that standpoint, yeah, I do believe guys should have some extra cash and be able to make money off of their likeness if they can, if you that dude. But as far as like a salary, it's not professional sports. And we got to forget that. We forget that, like in my instance at CU is like the football team, we financed everybody. We financed cross country. We financed skiing. We finance women's basketball. We finance men's basketball. That money that comes into there goes throughout the whole sports program. Like you're financing that. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't fly. I'd never walked through an airport in my life as an athlete, as a student athlete. We had our own plane, Joe. We went through the back. Like we didn't walk through airport. We didn't walk through security. We flew with our team and that's it. That costs money. I don't know how much it costs, but it costs money. So when you're talking about flying all these students all over everywhere, paying for their meals, doing all this, I don't know at the end of the day. Like, yeah, Ohio State has money left over. Texas got money left over. We may have a little bit of money left over. Michigan got money left over. But does Louisiana Monroe have money left over?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up, like, do they have it?
No, that's real.
How much money does Iowa State have? Like, they don't have TV games like us. They weren't on TV every week like us. They're not getting that type of money.
Right.
It's like, how much money do they have left over? So
then that goes into the recruiting part of it too, because now you go, and if you start doing that, it's like, why would I go play here if I can go play here?
Exactly. So it's like, why would I go to Kansas State when Oklahoma is about to give me $300K? For me to fake sign some autographs.
Right.
So it's a catch-22, man. So at the end of the day, do I think we need to be paid a salary? I wouldn't go that far, but I would go to the point that like we shouldn't struggle. Like we should have enough money not to struggle. So whether that's, $2K a month on top of our scholarship or whatever that arbitrary number may be,
vouchers.
You got to find a way to kind of make it work.
God damn it.
But it's tough to say that, man. It's just tough to say that when a lot of schools aren't bringing in that revenue, man. It's like we look at.
I don't. They definitely shouldn't be paid a salary, but they also shouldn't be penalized when they're getting endorsements and things like that. These kids have to make money, and there should be outlets, and there should be a way for them to learn how to make money that goes in line with the sport that they are playing, and they should encourage that. You're not going to be able to pay a salary for all the student athletes that you have. You're not. Schools, no, I don't care what school it is. You're really not. Even Ohio State, you might have the money to do it, but you're going to lose money essentially. Right. And you have to. And again, like you said, it's not a professional sport. You're a student athlete still at the end of the day. You're still a student athlete. Exactly. It's like, not. I still have to be eligible. I have to be eligible to play. Like I have to go to school to play. I don't forget that. Like, it's a pro sport because their money make. No. I have to go to school and get a certain grade to be able to play. If that doesn't happen, I cannot play. So I would say this. You know what? Coming into it, I would say I wouldn't be able to promise, like, you can't make money coming into the school. But once you get there and once you play, like a player like this, like Reggie Bush, which I've always had an issue with USC on this because Reggie Bush put USC back on the map. Like, he was must-see TV. Like, people forgot about SC football. As big of a tradition as it was, they had enough down years that people really didn't follow SC football like that until Reggie Bush came along. Mm-hmm. That dude, y'all owe him some money. Like his jersey sales alone, he should be able to get a cut of that. Now, if you cap the cut, like, listen, you could only make $50K or $30K or whatever. I'm good with that. But to pay him some money because of who he was for your university and the amount of millions you made off of his back, I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay with that. And he should be able to do so. Like, for me, to ban that kid over basically being broke, which is really what happened. Okay, because when you read, which I did, I read everything. It was 20 plus pages on that. He got banned for being broke. When you look at the whole situation of an agent paying for his friend to come down to his Heisman Trophy ceremony, really? Like, an agent paying for him to go, or a family friend paying for him to go on spring break in Las Vegas. Is that really a crime? Okay, right. Because all of his teammates and Matt Leinart gets to walk around, and it's not his fault. He comes from, an affluent family background. And because we're able to purchase you a car and put some rims and a stereo in it, is that really a crime?
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's a college kid that's the best player in the world, the best player I've ever seen, that doesn't want to be broke when he walks off the field. Kardashian. Okay? And being broke shouldn't be a crime. And we shouldn't penalize a kid for being broke. And that's my only issue with that. You know what I'm saying? Is that we're penalizing kids for being broke. And if these agents, now you tell these agents, man, listen.
Not just being broke, making money off of them too. You making money off of them too.
I will say this, right? I will say this is like, if these agents want to give these kids money to sign with them, you say, listen, that's on you. He don't have to sign with you. So if you want to pay for him to get a new car, get all that, do what you need to do. But he is not obligated to sign with you whatsoever. And because that rule is an issue, is all the other NCAA violations. But when we're penalizing kids because of their family upbringing and because of their economic status, that's where my issue is. Like, that's why I have a problem. So that's where the NCAA needs to come in there, because I'm not with penalizing kids for being broke, because that's not their fault.
I said Cubs prospect just got caught in Colorado out there. It's hard out there, man. Yeah, he's the meth, man. It's hard out here. It's hard out here.
21 pounds of meth, first of all.
He wasn't fucking around.
Why?
He wasn't just pitching. He was pitching that work, too. He said, fuck this. I'm going to get it. But I only got one more question. If y'all ain't got none, you got anything, Sable?
Nope.
Got anything? Marcus?
No, I'm good.
Who's the best basketball player ever?
I'm leaving.
Stop it.
I'm not doing this today. I'm
done.
not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this.
I'm done with this.
I know you watching
No.
Mars.
I'll say this. I will say this though. They say that Kanye is the richest black man in American history because of
6.6 billion.
I was Michael Jordan. I am taking down Nike offices right now and be like,
As he should.
Give me $7 billion right now.
Hey, if I'm Jay-Z, I'm going to Kanye house right now. We friends.
You better deposit $7 billion into my account right now. Right now.
That's insane.
Because there ain't no way he should have more money than me. No way.
Hey, they said
Bad deal.
I saw somewhere that said that was capped, that it's only like 1.6 billion, but who knows? I ain't counting that, man.
I don't believe that either. I don't believe it's 6.6 billion either.
Yeah, they said it was inflated or some shit, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Y'all be easy.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. LeBron James.